Welcome back. Well, we've got Agate in the group now, so let us continue with Cheetah's story, as we obviously need to bring to the door the girl skilled in orbital engineering, accompanied by an ever-burning flame. Only then shall the door open. View part 2. Wonder if we have to do another fight now. Again, it just feels weird that I've not had a fight. It's been a pattern for one door. I wonder if you call it a pattern. I don't know why I said pattern. It's been a thing for one door. I shall grant you a memory fragment and my blessing. Like, where was the... That was an awesome idea that it just seems to have dropped. Well, here comes Agate, city of Zeus. Yes, the familiar people here. I'd get back on if I were you. You're in trouble, mate. You might die. Ugh, I believe I'm going through with this. I should never have given in to the pressure and promised to come here once a month in the first place. Having to adjust my schedule all the time just so I can come all this way to eat is such a pain in the ass. But, well, whatever. I do owe her, I guess. What the hell? Just felt a horrible chill run down my spine. What was that for? Okay then. Doesn't seem like I've caught a cold or anything. Probably no big deal. Get back on the airship, mate. Oh god. Well, that's everything switched that needs to be. The machine guns are new models, so they could probably do with some tweaking. That's all of its armament strengthened. Its mobility is up 16% because of all the work we did through the night, you know? Okay, I think we should leave it like this for now, and take some data as is before... Oh, take some data as is, before we start doing anything else. It's just like it didn't make sense the way I was saying it. Works for me. Ordinarily, we just settle for testing. Whoever it can perform basic actions at this stage, then call it a day. But thanks to all of Cheetah's help, it's ended up relatively complete for a prototype. I think we could probably get away with doing a simple combat test using it even. And we should, too. After all, it just so happens that we have the perfect guinea pig for it coming. Mom, Dad. Morning, Cheetah. Did you sleep well? Yeah, I'm feeling great. But, all I can picture in my mind is the sight of that red-haired hooligan crawling on the ground after getting the beating of a lifetime by the orbital gear. I can hardly wait to see it in real life, too. Mom? I'm trying to tell you that Agate's really not a bad person. Don't take what she says she's saying to heart, Cheetah. Probably could stand to discuss the issue a bit more tactfully. But I'm sure all she wants is to find out exactly what Agate's doing, trying to worm his way to you in the first place. Oh boy, even Dad seems to have him all wrong. Okay, let me explain this one more time. He might be sort of rude and blunt, and he does grumble every time he has to do something. And he has a bad habit of scaring people off easily. But he's actually a kind, good person, I swear. Really now. I'm starting to get a little worried about him too. What? Oh, why? You're saying he's a really nice person. Alright, time to go and get things ready. I'll leave the final adjustments to you, Dan. I've got something to take care of elsewhere. You're going then? That I am. I've heard more than enough. Something has to be done. The sinner must be punished. With death. What? What are you doing? Wait. Good. And such. What in Adios' name is happening here? Are you alright? I'll live. What was Erika in such a hurry for? Well, it's time for the testing to begin. You're not much less of an overprotective parent than she is, I'll have you know. Why do you need 2 chimneys? That's just overkill. Where is she? I could have sworn I saw her running this way. Where could she have gone? Probably shouldn't have arrived so early. Might as well drop by the guild and see if there's any work to do until evening. Oh crap. What? The evil eye? Was that just my imagination? The second I walked in the door, felt like my life was in mortal danger. Any person here is that researcher there. So it must have been... Oh my. My. What have we here? If it isn't Agate Krosner. I pity you, I really do. Come again? I never dreamed my target would come wandering in nonchalantly while I was making the necessary preparations for his execution. But that makes things easier for me. Now I can tell you what I want directly. We prepared a most perfect place to die for you over at the Central Factory. So come along, there's not a moment to waste. Who are you? You here to pick a fight with me or something? Not at all. This is a completely legitimate request I've made to the guild. Or more specifically, to you. Like hell you did. No request like that would ever get accepted here. If you want to submit a request to the guild, you're gonna have to come up with something a little better than that. Ah, you pitiable flea. I figured you were a little thick-headed, but I didn't think your general IQ would be quite this low. You need to be more aware of your sins. What does this woman have against me? Her eyes are scaring the shit out of me. Lean out those ears of yours and listen well, moron. This request is about testing the capabilities of the Orbital gear by comparing it to you in a variety of situations. Which means that by helping us, we'll be able to improve it. And in the process, maybe the unforgivable sins you committed shall be... Just what are you rambling on about, woman? Maybe you didn't get the memo, but the Bracing Guild exists to help people who really need it. Don't exist to just do any old thing someone feels like asking us to do. So I really haven't got the time to be messing around with some crazy time waster. Is that the real reason you don't want to do this? Or are you just scared? Say that again. Can't find her anywhere in the town at all. She hasn't gone home. Just where could Mum have run off to? It's not my fault you're not listening to me. As I said, if you help with these tests, I might even be gracious enough to consider reducing your punishment. A little. That sounded like Mom. Should she be in the guild? If you want to help that much... Tita? Agate? What are you doing with Oh, and one more thing I want to make very clear right off the bat. You do not get within a 1-celled radius of my sugar-powdered donut under any circumstances. Are we clear, you shameless hoodlum? Wait a sec. Whoosh. Zoom. The hell? What just happened there? She just up and ran off with Tita. Hope I didn't just witness her getting abducted by someone dangerous. You don't need to worry about that. Oh, sup, Kilika? Been here the whole time? Her name is Erika Russell. She's Tita's mother. Her mother? That is Tita's mother? You gotta be kidding me! Her parents came back here from abroad about 2 weeks ago now. Erika and Dan Russell. Their arrival was somewhat unconventional, admittedly. But they really are Tita's parents, I can assure you of that. You're trying to tell me that that woman is related to her by blood? And with that mystery solved, would you mind if we got right to discussing work matters? Yeah, lay it on me. I'm free until this evening, so if you've got any quick jobs that need doing, I can knock them out for you. Well, first, there's this one from the Central Factory. They're requesting assistance with a variety of tests for a prototype of a new weapon called the Orbital Gear. Orbital Gear? Hold up a minute. That sounds familiar. The guild has officially accepted the request that Erika mentioned to you earlier. It has your name on it, in fact. I can't believe this. She actually submitted that as an official request. I don't know much about this Orbital Gear than you do, I'm afraid. She merely described it as a weapon that combines the finest in Liberl's orbital technology. It's being developed by the entire Russell family together to boot. The location you need to go to is Ries Central Factory. A new weapon. A weapon to surpass Metal Gear. Wait a sec. You said the whole Russell family, right? Not just the adults? Please tell me, Tita isn't involved in this crap. I couldn't tell you, she didn't say. I've heard Tita was about ready to graduate from being an apprentice and become a full-fledged engineer though, so perhaps she is. Would her involvement be a problem to you, Agate? Well, no, but I've never met her parents. I've only heard about them from Tita, so it's not like I could pretend to know what they're like. But her mom's nothing like she made her sound, and she seems kinda messed up in the head. If that kook's got Tita involved in developing some kind of new weapon. Put that request on hold for now, Kilika. On hold? Don't give it to anyone else for now, I assume you mean? Yeah, I'm gonna go and find out what's going on. Don't even think of giving that to anyone else before I'm back. I wasn't going to, it's literally got your name on it. I didn't know we were gonna have this opportunity to run around. Time to do the rounds then. I mean, I doubt there'll be anyone in here. They're gonna be in the Central Factory, so you know. But we have to be sure, don't we? Dun 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 dun. What? Why is it afternoon already? I slept in again? Oh, I've done that so many times. Why did no one wake me up? Crap, I'm in real trouble now. I need a new excuse, fast. I just noticed there's like a really tiny piece of paper right there. Really tiny. I should have known my sister wouldn't be able to get herself up in time on her own. She's completely hopeless. She's not only been late 2 days this week. She's only not been late 2 days this week. Okay, I see, yeah. And then both the days Ursus came to wake her up. That barely even counts. Wish she could be more conscious of how much of a slub she is. and not expect others to cover for her all the time. Oh dear, oh dear. So I'm at a point where I can sleep in to the point where the alarm goes off and I'll turn it off. My subconscious turns off the alarm. Dodge. I make a living buying orphans, and this isn't my first time coming here to do it. Last time I did, all the power in the town went out, unfortunately. So I ended up going back empty-handed. I hope nothing happens this time. So if I haven't run into any trouble while I've been here, my business talks have been going well too. Maybe this trip will be a little more successful than the last. I can only hope. I was in the linen room earlier, and I was weirdly shocked by what I found there. Someone has hidden a disturbing number of lamps under the shelves. I know who's responsible too. It's that Emma. Why? What in Adios' name possessed her to buy that many of them? What are we ever going to do? What are we ever going to need for them for? Been getting an increasing number of guests from Calvert lately, which is great news for us. The way Emma's been behaving lately, I can't help but worry she'll do something stupid and drive them away. Hope not. Why are you buying lamps? Why? Ever since that time when I couldn't turn on the orbital lamps in here, I've been worried about the same thing happening again. Oh, okay. So I decided to make sure I couldn't... It couldn't by buying. It's the by buying that's off for me in my head. So I decided to make sure it couldn't by buying every single lamp I could get my hands on. Now I'll never have to worry about that happening ever again. Right? Now even if we can't turn on the regular lights, we'll have a massive supply of lamps to light the rooms. It's perfect. I can focus on my work without any worries. I mean, fair enough. Seems like all the Calvert spies are already here. Just trying to get down the stairs now. It's like, geez, get out. Did I go in that room? Look, we know I did now. We know I did. Just take a quick look and then go with your gut. Choose the apple out of the basket that grabs your attention most, and you can't go wrong. These things are all about instinct. Alright, I'll go with that. Okay, here goes then. 1, 2. Actually, wait. I don't think I'm mentally ready for this yet. It's just apples. Actually, wait. Calm down, dear. It's only commercial. Wait, this way leads out of town, doesn't it? I'll make my exit when I've got to hurry to the central factory. Phew. I think that'll do for today's afternoon prayers. Prayers, yes. I normally feel bad about skipping work to come here and pray. But considering the factory chief is right here, I think I can probably be let off for it today, right? Factory Chief Murdoch has been coming here to pray an awful lot lately. Wonder what suddenly turned him into such a pious man. Well... Oh, hey, Dios above. The time has finally come for the orbital gear experiments to begin. Please let them finish without causing any major catastrophes. Oh, and one more thing. Professor Russell seems to be in contact with an acquaintance of his over in Le Mans State. And he seems to be intent on visiting them at some point too. Hope he doesn't go and cause any more trouble. Oh dear. Oh, if it isn't Agate. Have you already heard about Kilika returning to Calvert? Yeah. Jean was the one who told me back in Rouen, the port city. I see. All of us in Zeiss owe some kind of debt to her, big or small. So I just hope that we can all come together to do something for her before she leaves us. Only select few people know about Kilika leaving. She hasn't told all that many yet. I'd have a wonder whether she intends to keep it that way and depart without telling the townsfolk too. I don't think I was supposed to hear about her departure, but I accidentally did when she was talking to Father Vixen yesterday. It's hard to believe that she's going to be leaving us. Zeiss isn't going to be the same without her. Oh god, we're doomed. This is a difficult call to make, but I think it would be best to keep this from the factory chief for now. I don't think we would be doing him any favors by telling him now. Let's tell him. It'll be hilarious. He'll be all panicked. It'll be It'd be so funny. We shouldn't tell him. We shouldn't tell him. We don't need to panic him. So that troublemaker Erika is finally back in town, is she? It baffles me how that woman turned out. She used to be such a pretty little thing. When she was younger, she always used to go on about how she wanted to be a sister of the church when she grew up. Her personality was the same as it is now, though. Father Vixen told her flat out, "Not with your personality." Oh dear. Remember that day as long as I live. She came right to me after it happened, crying her eyes out, then launched a flying kick at me. Why? 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 Hey, welcome to the Bell Station. If there's anything you need help with, don't hesitate to let me know. We're aiming for the store to be loved by the community, and we'll spare no effort to make that happen. Where did Knowles go anyway? But he was putting everything on the shelves. He's helping out someone. Tita won't play with me at all lately. She was really busy with something. It's not fair. Wonder if she'll play with me tomorrow. Probably not. Aww. Poor Didi. Daily goods are selling like wildflower this month, which is great news for us. Ever since the Orbital Power went out before, lapis and stuff along the lines have been selling like hot cakes. On the surface, everything is back to normal, but it's obvious the unease in people's hearts is going to take a while longer to vanish. Especially if your name's Emma. Now I need to sort out what to order in for next month. More lamps. Emma will buy them up. Emma will buy them all. All of them. Every single one. It's another bar. Yes, bar. The newbie working here is Randall's granddaughter, apparently. Her cooking's not half bad, and she's got a knack for dealing with customers. But thanks to her being around, the owner's gonna have an even better excuse to slack off. Oops, I forgot to go and wake Louise up. Still, Uriel is there. I'm sure she woke her up in my place. Probably. Welcome, welcome. We're currently running a lunchtime special offer. Come on in and try our delicious grub. Only work here this time of day, actually. Why? I'd much rather be here at lunchtime than over at ZCF. All there is to do there is boring crap. The menial stuff. And I'd say I'm much more suited to being chirpy and cheery and learning all the boys in here than being a receptionist in a gloomy factory, right? Fair enough. Definitely doing you. Oops, I forgot to wake Louise up. Probably. Sounds like old Russell's stirring up trouble again. If that's not scary enough, this time he's got Erika with him. I've never heard two bigger ingredients for a disaster than that. And as long as Dan's with them, they shouldn't be able to cause too much trouble. To say I'm worried is an understatement. Those two working on the same project can only spell trouble. Hey, you need something? Need something? If you want to order something, go and speak to the new girl. I've left her in charge of the counter. Don't freak out so much, Randall. She might not look or act like it, but she's not stupid. She knows what she's doing. What does she? Yeah. What does she? The rifle company is working on expanding their lineup at the moment, actually. Personally, I'm hoping we can start selling their new orbital cannon here, but who knows if that will be possible. I'll have to keep badgering the owner and pray the stars line up, yeah. Stain's a stubborn old mule, let me tell you. He absolutely refuses to allow us to stock the latest weaponry. Part of me can see where he's coming from with this whole not as reliable argument because they haven't been proven in the long term. But I still think that thing's a real beauty. I'll just have to keep badgering him and pray the stars line up. Maybe. Well, if it isn't Agate. What's going on, Godlove? Not often I catch you stopping off at a weapons shop like this. I'm not going to be in town that much longer. I'm due to leave on the next airship. Or say it's going to be delayed from what I hear, though. So I've ended up with some time to kill. Busy as always. Not half as busy as Kurt. Still, my workload's going to be going up before it goes down with all these braces scattering. First we lose Estelle and Joshua, and now we're losing Kilika. We're really getting short? Yeah, really getting short on warm bodies. Thinking about Kilika leaving us was true then. Whatever. And then when have we ever not been short of people? We're just gonna have to keep our chins up until some new guys come and ease our workloads. I mean, you won't find me leaving anytime soon, like to Erebonia. No. Huh? It's just me, or do you sound like you have some specific new recruits in mind? I wouldn't go that far. That's a shame. I sure hope we do get some in soon. Could use all the help we can about now. Yeah, I'd say we could do is stumbling upon a few qualified newbies right about now. Speaking of which, wasn't it Cassius that scouted you out to join the guild back in the day? Why'd you have to go and bring that up? It was a long time ago. Some things are best swept under the rug. What's the problem with that? Feels like there's more to that story than we've been told. Agate, I thought you were in a hurry. I was, but then I remembered something. That you were planning on leaving the guild and returning home. Indeed. That's still the plan, but the process of getting things ready for my successor has been taking longer than planned. As things currently stand, I'll be leaving at the start of next month. Alright. Really not going to be the same around here without you. You've done a lot for me while you've been here. I suppose I have. Just be sure not to get poisoned and collapse again during my successor's time here. I could handle it, but you'd probably give them nightmares. I didn't do that on purpose, you know. Oh dear. Can I ask one favor of you, Agate? What's up? I got you covered. Come over to Zeiss from time to time, alright? You've got plenty of free time, haven't you? Hell no, I'm a busy guy. But not so busy that I can't find the time to drop by now and then for you. Thanks. I've told my successor all about you. Do try and get along with them. You never miss a beat, do you? If you're in a hurry, you should focus on getting over to Zeiss Central Factory instead of hanging around here. If you're not, by all means, go and take care of some of the work on the board, though. Sure thing. Damn, there are sure a lot of requests up here. None of them seem really urgent, at least. I can afford to leave them for now. I'm gonna get myself over to the Central Factory. Whoa, Agate's here! Hey Wong, how are things? I've been better. You familiar with someone called Erika Russell? But she's as much trouble as Professor Russell. And I can't believe it. Ever since she showed up in town, we've been getting more requests coming in than usual. You could call it a coincidence, but yeah. That's so. Gundolf mentioned that her husband's a former bracer. Apparently he was a real showstopper too. Strange couple, huh? Very strange. Although couples do come in various forms and shapes and sizes. At one point my husband was always out of the house for one business discussion or another. But lately he's been coming back home a lot more often. Actually, having someone to cook for makes it feel so much more worthwhile. My husband's been home quite a lot lately. Worthwhile. And part of my work involves selling airships to clients. But I've been getting asked a lot lately whether they just fall out of the sky if the flow of orbital power stops. I think they do, at least not immediately. Need to sell airships, but I'll be honest, I can't pretend to be an expert on exactly how they work. But I can't exactly let that show to my clients, or they're obviously not going to trust them. Maybe it's time I started cracking open a few books and researching the product I'm selling. See again, the little touches from Falcom there. It's nice. It's nice. Carl's new model of orbital gun finally going to be sold on the mass market, by the sounds of it. He said he was in the middle of making the final adjustments to it, so that can help. Can hardly wait. Adjustments are probably the hardest part of things like that, though. I was once an engineer myself, so I know that as well as anyone. I think it's a bit the same with programming. It's like, yay, I fixed a bug. There's 6 more appeared. What? I'm glad the domestic situation's finally calmed down. My mother seems to have put all that happened out of her mind and forgotten about it. But not me. I'll never be able to forget the sight of that flying structure collapsing before my eyes. I think I'll still be able to recall it even on my deathbed. I'll never be able to forget the sight of the flying structure collapse before my eyes. Yeah, your deathbed. That's creepy kid. I paid a visit to Minoria village over near Rouen a while back. It was quite easy to go to see why Irene recommended it. Oh, Irene sells flowers, by the way. And there were beautiful flowers everywhere there. Now I know why it's famous for them. Much as I like living here, I'd love to live in a place like that if I could. Minoria village really was a lovely place. Apparently going to be holding a bazaar there at some point in the future too. Maybe I should use that as an excuse to head back for another visit. I mean, any excuse would be good, wouldn't it? Just be like, oh, I've got to head back. Oh dear. Let's check down here. Usually this... Yeah, there you go. Oops, looks like the orbital engine's not in a very good shape. No surprise of how I've been working this baby lately, though. Let's get the hood off and take a look. If you live in Zeiss for long enough, you kind of naturally learn how to do these kind of things. It's a useful skill if you ever try to go anywhere else, actually. These skills aren't half as common everywhere. Or elsewhere. I saw something absolutely crazy the other day. I was here selling flowers like I usually do, when all of a sudden people started raining down from the sky. Couldn't believe my eyes. So shocked I went into hiding, so I didn't see what happened after that. But I still can't believe how... I can't help but wonder who they were and what they wanted. To see their daughter. Phew, it feels good to finally take a breather. I've been so busy lately, it feels like I've never stopped working. The rest isn't gonna last for long, though. Gotta take off again real soon. Where are we going next, anyway? Factory ship's in the landing port for the first time in a while. It's been going all over the place, helping to get the country back in order, so it hasn't been here much lately. Wait, I need to stop wasting time talking and get back to doing the business. Up for a nice cold soda, my friend. I've got other drinks too. I mean, you got a Sprite, I'll take a Sprite. Sprite's always good when in this weather. What's going on, Agate? Figured you'd swing by. Don't think I don't know you were here. That's Friday on the month of the month's always busy, huh? Glare? Hey, no need for that look. Sorry for teasing you like that. I'll be honest though. You do my job long enough, you start being able to work out whether people are using the ship for work or personal business real quick. Fair enough. Here I get. Still not wearing a hat. A long time no see, huh? Wasn't expecting to run into you here. I heard you were busy as hell lately, going around everywhere, getting Liberl's orbital facilities up and running again. I sure was. Then after that, I had to haul myself up in Leicester Fortress and buckle down on the necessary repairs to the Marseille. And now that's done, so I'm finally back home. For the love of Adios. And oh, it's only gonna get worse from here. Got the loading equipment back on board, so now we can get down to real work. Salvaging. Trying to pull up the Liberl Arc out of the lake has been on the cards for a while now, but now we can finally get started on it. Just been too busy to get started on it any earlier, much as we wanted to. Come to think of it, I heard Dan and Erika are back in town now. Erika? It's gotta mean Short Stuff's mum, right? Shame I really haven't gotten the time to drop by and see them yet. Maybe they'd be up for drinks if we're all free another day. Probably, but I'd still worry in that situation as well. We're gonna be leaving port in 15 minutes. The ship sure is busy lately. We're off to Valeria Lake next, apparently. Heard we're going to be doing some kind of investigation there. But investigation of what? Some kind of cube in the water or something, maybe. An artifact. long left there by, I would say, ancient Zumerians. Doesn't feel right though.